Alright, class, this tutorial is all about making a very simple door frame. I'm going to show you a quick and dirty way to put one together. Right here, I have my modular corridor set. This is the straight piece for the hallway, a straight corridor piece. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to come up to the menu, do File, Import, Merge. And I'm going to navigate to my posts. I'm going to select my post file and say open. Now I went in and did import merge. Now this lists everything that I have here inside that file. What I want are my beam, my branch, my plank, my main pieces. I'm going to click OK. If I come and zoom out, let's do unhide by name. And there they are, the beam, the branch, and the plank. I'm going to unhide those. Alright, there they are. There's my pieces. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my beam here and I'm going to clone him over. I'm just with move on, I'm going to make sure he's sitting at 0 because I want the origin to be at 0. And now I'm just going to put an FFD modifier on him, 2 by 2. And I'm going to go into the control points. I'm going to move him and arrange him so he kind of covers up. I want him centered here. I'm going to move him so that he covers up kind of the edge. Right, that's sort of what I want to do with him. Maybe I'll switch to scale and just constrain to YX here. Maybe I'll make him a little bit wider. Go over to Y, move him over a little bit more. And I'm going to take this edge and bring him up. Kind of set it right here. Alright, so let's right click and say collapse 2. And then in element, I'm going to go ahead, element here, I'm going to select this post. I'm going to hold shift and I'm just going to drag him over. Now holding shift and using a transform like that will clone that piece, right? So that means that I've cloned those pieces. They are a sub-object. I'm going to go into rotate. I'm going to rotate him around 90 degrees because I don't want to have the texture looking exactly the same on both sides. And now I'm going to do the same thing one more time. I'm going to hold shift. I'm going to drag and rotate. I'm going to clone them again. And each time I clone it, I'm cloning it to an element. So they're all part of the same model. I'm going to right click here and under transform, go into move. I'm going to move him over. And I want to move him so that let's put an FFD on this guy. Go in and select the control points. I want to move it over so it's kind of sitting kind of up against the edge there. Same over here on the side. I'm going to grab all the points and kind of move this over. I want to be able to see, I want them sitting just above or just right at the edge there. Okay, good. And then I can grab that top control point and raise those up to the top. Okay. Right click, say collapse 2, say yes here. I'm just going to hover over the edge here and say reset layout. See Alt W to maximize this view. So here I have the start of this frame. Alright, it's not so bad. I could take this frame here. I'm going to zero him out in the world. Again, and put an FFD modifier on it. Control points. Now I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees. I'm going to rotate it again 90 degrees. And then I'm just going to Alt W to get to all the views. Switch to move here. And I'm going to lower him so he's sitting just above the floor. Grab this side, I'm going to move it over. I'm going to zoom in. Just kind of want him sitting about at the edge there. Same thing over here. I'm going to come over, move him over a little bit. There we go. Sitting right at the edge. And a little bit of a frame. So, right click, convert that at poly. Alright, so if I select this and orbit around, you can see I have kind of this frame piece that I could set in there. I can make it more interesting if I was to take this element here. Let's just clone that down. I'm just going to go into scale. but I'm going to scale him along Y and X to make him a little bit thinner. And I'm just going to rotate him like 45 degrees. There we go. Move him over to the side. Yeah, maybe like that. We'll clone one over to the other side. I'll rotate that 90 degrees, or 180 degrees. And, okay. I'm going to select both of them. And then here in the front view, I'm going to use my slice plane. Just raise that up and slice them here. Go into slice plane, rotate it 90 degrees, move it over, slice it, and then use the slice plane and slice it one more time over on this side. Turn it off, and now in Polygon, I could deselect the visual areas that I want to keep, and then just hit delete. Get rid of everything else. All right, so now I got a nice little door frame. I do need to remember to go into attach and click on this bottom wood right there. There we go. And now I can take this, turn off attach. I'm going to put an unwrap UVW on it. And if I go into here in unwrap UVW, I'm going to go from map channel 1. I'm going to change this to map channel 2. And I want to move what I have because this is the very first time I'm doing it. And then in Polygon, I'm just going to hit pack custom, and that'll pack all those pieces in there. All right, so now everything's in here, everything's unique, and what I can do is just right click and convert that to poly, and I'm just going to give this a name. I'm going to call it frame. Now this frame piece, it will work in between each of my corridor pieces. I want to place one of these in there everywhere. This is one way to get some kind of frame in there, to get a visual, little bit of a visual breakup in between your different pieces. Right? You could use a similar technique to this to make a door frame as well.